always wanted to be a cowboy.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday, April 26th, 2015. We're hours away from Extreme Rules. I'm your host, Flyin Brian. Alongside is my tag team partner, Mike the Hammer. What's up, Mike?
How did Hornswoggle get the same contract as Brock Lesnar?
Welcome to the Wrestlinks Review. We are 10 episodes in to the review. We've got a special guest, the small package, Little Dynamite.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, bud.
10 episodes, huh?
10 episodes in. We are in double digits.
Wow, it doesn't seem like it's been that long.
And we're in double digits with listeners.
We are?
Just kidding.
Yeah, I think you're exaggerating. So we're one pay-per-view past WrestleMania at this point, but I think we need to go back and look at our picks and see who won.
Yep.
And I think you might all be surprised by who won.
Who's got the wrestling knowledge?
Well, I'm a little shocked by this, but Little Dynamite won by predicting 4 matches correctly. Second place was me with 3, and then you and Stink were tied with 2 predictions correct apiece.
Amazing. I only got 2 right.
I thought
Yep.
I only got 1.
Oh, no, you had 4 because you had oh boy, I don't know where to start here. You had Paige and AJ. That's where you got on the board because you're the new Divas expert. Then you picked Cena. You were the only one that picked Cena. You picked Taker, and you picked Rollins to Cash. We gave you a point for Rollins to Cash. Everybody had Lesnar, and everybody's wrong on that. So those were the picks. I don't know. What did you think of WrestleMania?
WrestleMania was pretty stellar.
I liked it a lot.
It was great.
There were some good matches. The IC title match with the ladders was good. The intros are always excellent at WrestleMania. Rusev on the tank, Triple H with the Terminators. What was your favorite moment? I think I know what yours must have been.
My favorite moment was when the New World Order was injected into WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. And then countered by DX.
D-Generation X. I believe DX was in there first.
Oh, and then
the New World Order
Yeah.
saved Sting's booty.
And then Shawn Michaels was the last member to appear out of nowhere with the big kick.
That's right. None of us predicted at all that any of that would happen.
No, that was all pretty good. The cash-in, I love the cash-in, too. I think that was perfect. Reigns and Lesnar just pounded each other. They were bleeding and bloody, both of them. And then Rollins cashes and wins.
Amazing, yeah. It was amazing. Fireworks at the end.
Mm-hmm. It was a little weird, though, and I think we talked about this going in. Bray and Taker in the daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been done
You should have
differently.
saved that match and Triple H and Sting.
What are you
till
going to
the
do?
end.
You're in the wrong time zone.
Yeah, you can only push it so late. The scarecrows for Bray Wyatt were pretty good. I was hoping at one point that one of the scarecrows would turn out to be the Undertaker and he'd surprise him, but didn't happen. So yeah, overall, I think it was pretty good. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be hard to beat the year before, but it was a pretty good WrestleMania.
Yeah, some cool matches.
So do you want to talk the follow up? What's happened since WrestleMania? I think we can sum it up. Return of the Jobbers.
Return of the Jobbers. It's a new trend I've started to notice. We've got guys like Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
We've got guys like Slater, the one-man band. We've got guys like
The evilly bearded Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. We've got, I would consider Mizdow a jobber.
You think he is?
Yes. We've got lots of jobbers.
He definitely could be. We'll see where he goes from here, but yeah. Well, not only that, but this is always the time of the year where they kind of inject new blood, and we get Neville, who we saw live here in Minneapolis, and now he's on the card. The Lucha Dragons are here. Primetime Players.
Yes, primetime players.
Lots of new blood. Sheamus is back.
With that weird haircut.
Yeah. Like the mohawk with the bearded or the braided beard sort of thing.
The Celtic Warriors got a new do,
I think he's evil too.
fella.
He's just been pounding people.
Yeah, he's pretty evil. I like it. We need some bad people.
Yeah.
More bad people.
How about the New Day going bad?
The New Day? Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of cheating action.
Cheat to beat the Lucha Dragons to get the match at Extreme Rules.
Yes, sir.
New Day.
New Day.
Lots of new tag teams. That's exciting. I like that. How long do you think it is before they put the belts on the Lucha Dragons?
A couple more months.
A few more months.
Yeah.
Do you think the
Ascension would get them before the Lucha Dragons.
I don't know. Have the Ascension won in a while?
I haven't seen them on TV. I'm just joking.
They're not doing very well. They got the primetime players made fun of them. Have you seen that? How they're cutting those little promos on everybody?
The primetime players are awesome.
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil and Darren Young.
I think it was last week, the week before, they dressed up like the Matadors and had a stuffed animal as El Torito.
I predict these two will have the belts very soon.
Within the next year?
Within the next 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
Ideally, would like to see him build it up until SummerSlam.
And they get the belts there?
Yes.
So you're saying the primetime players belts within 3 months?
That's it. I'm calling it right now, right on this show.
I'm writing it down.
Are you listening, Vince?
We're pushing. I don't know who we got to pick our guys to push because we're pushing everybody now.
Don't make me list all the things we've predicted on this program.
Are we gonna push Bo?
Bo leave. Yes, Bo Dallas is back, jobbing each week. I love it. Something positive to say, and then he goes down.
Yeah, that was pretty good with him and Roman Reigns. Too bad we don't have Stink here to do his impersonation.
Someone's got to make Roman Reigns look strong.
And it's the evilly bearded Bo Dallas.
Now it's time for our WCW Rewind. And I want to bring up the chairman of WCW, and that is La Parka. He was one of the most famous luchadors, dressed as a skeleton.
Really?
Yes. And back then, his gimmick was the chair. He would be one of the only few guys that was able to bring the chair into the ring. Today, everyone grabs a chair. But back then, he was known as the chairman of WCW. He would come out and do a little jig, a little dance.
And then pull a chair in the ring?
But the video I want you guys to look up is La Parka punches a fan in the face.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like a ringside fan?
Yes, he's part of a viral video where he ends up kind of mixing with the crowd. I think it was a local indie show or something smaller, but he ended up in the seats, and one of the fans kept grabbing at his mask, just grabbing it, trying to pull it off, and La Parka turned around and jacked him straight in the face.
Oh wow! I'm pulling it up here to watch
That's
it.
great.
Oh, wow, he really is dressed like a skeleton. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, he put that guy down.
So yes, please do some research. Look up La Parka, WCW Nitro.
The guy got up and then came into the ring after him too. Oh, he popped him right in the nose
That's
too.
good stuff.
Oh, he puts that guy down hard. Boom! That's a great shot. I love the costume too. That's pretty impressive. He's got the skeletons on the shoulders, and he's kind of a bigger skeleton though. He's not very bony.
Oh, he's a good jobber as well.
Oh,
From back in the
Socked
days.
him in the face.
I think we need a guy in a skeleton costume now. That's pretty cool. So, you got more on La Parka?
No, that's it.
What
Check him out.
What do you got going on next weekend? Do you have plans for next Saturday?
No, why? What's up?
You have an extra $175?
No.
No. Well, if you did, assuming you did, you can get tickets, VIP tickets, to see the Bellas right here in Minneapolis.
Oh my gosh, for only $175.
I think you can see them for less, but if you want the VIP package, it's $175 because the Wizard World Comic Con is in town next weekend, and the Bellas are a part of that event, and I guess they're doing autographs and that sort of thing. And if you buy the VIP tickets, you get an adult and one child included in that admission.
Interesting. Yeah, it's perfect for you.
Well, and you want to know what you get for $175?
Go for it.
You get some Comic-Con exclusive stuff. You get admission to the Comic-Con. You get 2 free exclusive issues of the Walking Dead comic. You get to get into the con 30 minutes before the rest of the riffraff. You get a speed pass for photo and autograph sessions with the Bellas. Then you get some Bella-specific stuff. You get an exclusive Bella Twins trading card. An autographed 8x10 photo of your choice or an item that you bring with you. You're guaranteed a photo op with both of the Bella Twins and guaranteed seating at the Bella Twins panel.
Excellent. The Bella Twins panel.
You going to go see them?
No, if I had $175, that money could be well spent at Rick's Cabaret.
Yeah, well, you got to
in
figure
downtown Minneapolis.
Do you think? I mean, obviously, people must pay that, or else they wouldn't pay to have them come into town.
Oh, no doubt. Wrestling fans will shell out some cash. There's no doubt about it.
But to see the Bellas,
there's a lot of creepy old dudes out there, man.
I suppose. I read somewhere online in the last week or so that Undertaker is going to be attending a con sometime later this summer.
The dead man at a comic event.
Would you pay $175 to have a photo op and an autograph session with the Undertaker?
I would.
Little Dynamite would. Would you? Would you? No.
I'm not the fanatic personality type. I don't really get excited. If I see a star or a movie star or a wrestler randomly, I think that's great. But I wouldn't, go stand in line and buy a ticket to wait for a minute to get a photo with this person. No.
So if you randomly saw them, you would go up and get a picture or just shake a hand? That kind of
Yeah,
thing?
I would just say, hey, Taker, what's up, man?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, bother him. I don't need your autograph. To me, an autograph has no value. Maybe on eBay.
We ran into Eric Rowan last year in the Orlando airport, but didn't bother him. Just kind of looked. He was in security behind us. So
Eric Rowan.
yeah, the only wrestler. Well, no, I guess I've met a few. We waited outside behind the arena in Duluth several times and met some guys. Ted DiBiase was super nice. I'm trying to remember who else. Ronnie Garvin was a jerk. Mean Gene, Jimmy Hart were both very nice. We saw them in Minneapolis one time. We chased Hogan to his hotel. He stayed right across from the arena, and we followed his limo over, and I got a handshake from Hogan, and his hand was huge.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I would pay. I mean, I wouldn't pay to go see Hogan.
You know what? Now that I think of it, one name does come up.
That you'd pay to see?
The 16-time world champion,
Flair.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I would pay to hang out with that guy.
Well, that transitions nicely into, did you know that I read Ric Flair's book since the last time we had a podcast?
It's time
I read
for Mike the Hammer's book review.
I read Ric Flair To Be the Man was the book. And I don't know, I'm going to have to check and see if there's a new book, because this cut off when he was in Evolution. So I think it was he and Batista were the tag team champions when the book ended. So that's probably, 10 years ago or so?
I'm not sure.
Do you want some facts from the book? Some stuff you might not know about
Give
Mr.
us the
Flair?
rundown. Let's see how far deep it goes.
He was born in Memphis, but put up for adoption. So he does not know his real parents, his birth parents. And he's also not sure of what his real name is. He was either, his first name was Fred, but he doesn't know if his last name was Phillips, DeMare, or Stewart. So he was adopted, and when he was adopted, he was named Richard Morgan Fleer. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but it's F-L-I-E-H-R. And his parents adopted him and brought them to their home in Edina, Minnesota.
Interesting. Those are some cool facts.
So he grew up here. His mom is from Brainerd, Minnesota. Dad from Virginia, Minnesota. He was a doctor here in the Twin Cities area. He lived here until he went to boarding school in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Played college football at the University of Minnesota. He played with Bill Goldberg's older brother when he was on that college team.
Wow.
Dropped out after a year and sold insurance for a while. There's a story in there about how he shared a house with Ken Patera, who at the time was training for the 72 Olympics, and they lived together.
That's right.
When he decided to get into wrestling, he was in the first class in Vern Gagne's wrestling camp. And people in that class were Flair, Patera, Greg Gagne, Jim Brunzell, and the Iron Sheik.
Interesting.
That's a pretty successful class.
Sheiky.
Yeah. He tried to quit. Flair did. He got bored and or didn't like it. It was kind of worn out. I guess they used to take him out to a barn in the middle of nowhere and make him run around and do all kinds of stuff. And then they'd wear him out and then bring him in and start to wrestle. And Vern talked him out of it. Vern basically would not let him quit. His initial idea, Flair's initial idea, was that he wanted to wrestle as Dusty Rhodes' brother. So
Cool.
he wanted that to be his gimmick, but Vern said no, and then named him Ric Flair. So that's how he got the name. A few other notes. I think everybody's heard about the big plane crash. There were some wrestlers, and they had a pilot that they hired to kind of fly them around when they were in the Mid-South, and the pilot wasn't apparently very qualified and crashed the plane, injured Flair severely. He's got a story in the book about how he once saw Andre the Giant sit down and drink 106 beers in a sitting. He's not afraid in the book to rip a few people. He rips Mick Foley. Says he's not a wrestler. He was basically he said he was, at the hardcore stuff he was excellent, but he wasn't a good worker. He wasn't a real wrestler. Eric Bischoff gets the worst treatment of anybody in the book. He hates
Flair rips on Bischoff, huh?
Oh, totally. Yeah, he basically blames him for all the trouble that happened with WCW for ruining that. He just said he destroyed Flair's confidence, and he basically thought he couldn't wrestle anymore and things like that. And he said it was basically all due to Bischoff. There's a few other people he doesn't like in the book, but he basically comes around and kind of forgives them and has makes up with them and is on good terms with them, except for Bischoff. He says he never will.
Interesting.
I didn't realize this, but he actually brought the big gold belt to the WWE. So he brought that over. I was a little disappointed because he said that Randy Savage was not a great worker. He said he planned things out too much, and Flair always felt that the match should be called in the ring, not planned out ahead of time. So,
Well, if anyone's going to speak on these things, it's going to be Ric Flair.
yeah, he is probably the greatest ever. He doesn't really care for Hogan. I think they're on okay terms now, but when he came over after WCW left, he was in the WWE. Bischoff was brought in, Hogan was there, and apparently Flair had Arn Anderson watch the door, and he went over and attacked Bischoff and was going to gouge his eye out. And Sergeant Slaughter was in charge of the dressing room, so he split them up, and they had to go in and see Vince. And Vince asked if he planned on doing that to anybody else, and Flair said he was going to do it to Hogan too. So he wasn't a big fan of Hogan's. The other note I had on here is apparently before Dennis Rodman ever started going to North Korea, Ric Flair went to North Korea. They had a show over there, and I forgot who he was with. But they basically drove these guys around, and on the way out, they did a big show over there. And as they were leaving the country, they wanted Ric Flair to do a statement on camera about how great North Korea was and how bad America was. And Flair decided not to do that and still got out of there okay. So
Good idea, Flair.
But yeah, no, it was an interesting book. I didn't watch a lot of Flair when I was growing up because we didn't really get the NWA stuff around here a whole lot. A lot of Minnesota connections from the AWA to training in to living here, that sort of stuff. So enjoyable book.
Yeah, great champion, great legend.
I also picked up one that I'll read for later. I'm Next, the Bill Goldberg book.
Bill Goldberg.
So I'll read that at some point.
What's it say there on the inside?
On the inside, I got this at the library book sale, and this book apparently was given as a gift at one point in time because it's dated 2000, and it says Matt Baby, My true wrestling friend at heart! Exclamation point. Signed, Scott.
Matt, baby.
So Scott gave this book to Matt Baby, and now it came into my hands,
Are
and
you-
I will read this at some point.
Are you listening out there, Matt, baby?
Yeah, if Matt Baby and Scott are in the listening audience,
Mike's
please
got your book.
tweet at us or do something so we can.
We'll get your book back.
We'll get your book back to you. Yeah, Matt Baby didn't keep your book, Scotty. He sold it, donated it.
All right, guys, now it's time to get into Extreme Rules. We've got a tag team championship match between Kid and Cesaro versus the New Day.
Are we gonna do the clapping?
New Day. These guys have demonstrated a new side of themselves in recent weeks. That means there is a true New Day, and
Yeah.
they will be bad to the bone.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just we watched Raw a little bit before this, and Xavier Woods is hiding under the ring and causing a count out.
Who you got?
Wendy becomes Hornswoggle.
Yeah, he is under the ring just like Hornswoggle. So
I'm going to give it to the New Day.
okay.
Give them the belts. See what happens.
You think so? I think Cesaro and Kid are going to retain the titles.
So am I.
You're going
Cesaro
Cesaro.
and Kid.
Stick with them.
I like Cesaro and Kid.
They're kind of blah for me. I don't know.
I love their finisher though.
They still don't have a name.
Yeah, they needed the name. New Day. And after that, we've got a Kiss Me Arsh match with Dolph Ziggler versus the new and improved Sheamus.
Now, the loser, is it a bare butt or is it a tighted butt that they have to kiss?
Well, they will be subjected to extreme humiliation
Well,
when these two rivals settle their differences in the very first Kiss Me Arsh match.
we've had kiss my foot matches before, but I think this is the first kiss me arse match.
Yes, they've had Kiss My Ass. Excuse the language. This
they
is
have.
a family program. But yes, Mr. McMahon brought that out many years ago. So
Back in the Attitude Era.
the Arsh is probably for PG and the Irishman.
Yeah. All right, Dynamite. Who you going? Ziggler, Sheamus.
I'm gonna go Sheamus.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Sheamus as well. He just came back. He's beating people up, beating up jobbers like Zack Ryder.
You know what? I think I'm going to go Sheamus as well. I think he's just going to be too much for Ziggler.
Yeah, Sheamus to win. I think Ziggler will be gone after that for a while.
Oh, you really think he'll be off for a bit?
I'm going to call it.
I'm confused, though, because I don't know how Ziggler... the only matches I've ever seen Ziggler have is he gets beat up the whole time and then wins in the end. So I don't know how this is going to work out.
And that's how we came to our picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 for Sheamus,
Okay.
0 for Ziggler. But it could be a big surprise. We'll see.
What's next?
Kiss Me Arsh.
Ambrose Harper.
Ambrose
Yes.
Harper's next. And this is the first ever Chicago street fight.
It is.
No DQ, falls count anywhere.
I find that hard to believe that it's the first Chicago street fight.
I think they've had other street fights, but I think this is the first one just called Chicago.
At the end of the day, the question really isn't who will win, but how much of the Windy City will still be standing once they're through.
This could be-
WWE.com.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen Ambrose in the Miracle on 34th Street fight. Harper's a big brute. I don't know. This could be a good match.
I said this on the last episode. These two should be tag team partners.
Yeah.
I mean, they've both got a similar look, similar style of fighting. Hopefully that this results in them forming an alliance.
Like they
Former member of the Shield, former member of the Wyatt family, unite and just get wild and crazy and start beating people up.
they could go on a huge run as tag team champions. If They were together.
Exactly. Yes. Combined forces, guys.
And then they could split up years down the road, and then they could have the match for the ring gear, and the loser has to get a different ring outfit, and they can't wear the T-shirt.
That would be good, yeah.
Jeans.
They dress awfully similar.
One's just less dirty than the other.
Who you got, Dynamite?
Ambrose.
Ambrose. Who you got, Hammer?
Boy. I'm gonna go Harper. I think Harper's just gonna be too much. He's too big, too powerful.
I'm going to go draw.
Oh, really?
Put me down for a draw.
Okay, that's
We need to mix things up here.
Time limit draw because there's no DQ.
Because it's probably an earlier match in the night, this feud might continue
yeah,
on Raw, so we'll see what happens. Put me down for a draw,
I got you marked down for a draw.
and we'll see what's up.
Our truth. R-Truth that
It's time.
Y'all know what time it is. Let's crank it up. Let's crank it up. Here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up?
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 You can get with this.
You can get with that. You better get with this, because this is where it's at.
What's up?
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 What's up? Yeah, our man, R-Truth hasn't been on television.
No. What do you think's going on? Is he done for a while?
I think he's on a break.
Yeah.
You got to mix these people in and out.
Yeah. So Truth is on a break. Truth is missing from the card.
And I'll put him with Ziggler, because I predicted Ziggler will be gone.
You know who else is missing? No Bray.
Bray Wyatt is not even on the card.
But he's been cutting promos.
What if he
He has been.
interfered in the match and caused a draw?
Oh, he
But
could.
it's
Disqualification.
It's no DQ.
That's why I said draw.
Well, no DQ. You could still have a. Oh no, it couldn't be a count out either because it's false count anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So, like, how could that be a
Time,
draw?
time limit.
Chicago street fight, I suppose.
So Bray's missing. Truth is missing. Gold and Stardust are not on the card.
No dusts at all.
No Miz or Miz Dow.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of people. No Rowan. He's been gone for a while though, hasn't
He was just
Yeah,
on the
he's a
last
jobber.
Raw.
He's a jobber.
he? I think he might be now.
And now for the match that absolutely no one cares about. The
Cena
last
Rusev.
Oh, I'm sorry. The last man standing match with Roman Reigns versus The Big Show.
Is there going to be a British taxi cab involved?
Two colossal forces collide when these two go one-on-one in a last man standing match.
So the last man standing match we saw was Cena Bray last summer, right? I liked that match. That was a good match.
Yeah.
They're traditionally good feud boilers, you know. When it comes to a boil, you put them in the last man standing. I wouldn't consider Roman Reigns and Big Show a big boil over feud. Haven't we seen this?
Yeah, well, they're both kind of coming in hot, though. I mean, I liked Reigns' performance at WrestleMania. He had a really good showing against Brock. I loved how he beat up Bo Dallas just last week on Raw. That was good. Big Show's coming off the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Something's got to give here.
That's right. I think I want to see the Big Show strong again. I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah.
If Roman Reigns is the baby face, Big Show is the heel.
Yeah.
Put me down for Big Show.
You're going Big Show. And I suppose the Authority sort of needs him strong because it looks like Kane is on the outs now. You can't just run around with J&J security. I'm gonna go Reigns though. I think they keep Reigns running.
Yeah, they'll probably do a lame Superman punch to end it, but
You know what we haven't seen for a long time out of Reigns is that where he's out ringside and does that kick to the face of the guy hanging over the rope.
yeah, I've seen it. It's
Oh, yeah?
cheesy.
I think we need that back.
He did it at Mania.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I got okay.
it was part of the show. All right, so I've got Show. You guys both got Reigns?
Yep.
Dynamite, you went Reigns. I didn't hear that.
All right.
I didn't hear it either.
But you do go Reigns.
Yep.
Why do you think Reigns?
I don't know.
You just like him better?
I'll be the odd man standing with Big Show. No one likes Big Show.
Well, that's true. Well, nobody picked him for the Andre the Giant. He
He
won
needs
that.
to get mean. Get mean, Big Show. You listening?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. What's next?
Divas Championship match. After taking Paige out of action, Naomi has forced her way into challenging Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship.
So the real question is, will Nikki Bella have the belt when she comes to Minneapolis next weekend?
Yes.
Ooh, I'll put you down for a Nikki Bella.
This is an easy pick. Nikki Bella.
Should we
Get your popcorn, get your Diva gear, get your John Cena t-shirt, and let's move on.
All right. Well, can we go to our Divas expert, Little Dynamite?
Yes, our Divas expert.
I'm Naomi.
You're going Naomi
Naomi to win the title, huh?
to win the title?
At Extreme Rules. You know what's funny about this match is there's no special stipulation.
No.
Why aren't they in a Chicago street fight? Then I could maybe get on Naomi's side.
Well, do we see the Usos here? Because they're also absent from the card.
That's right, because I think Jay is still injured.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder if we see an Uso at ringside.
I'm going to say no.
We're definitely going to see another Bella at ringside.
Yeah, put me down for Nikki Bella.
I'm going to go Nikki Bella, too. I don't think Naomi walks out with the title.
Wah, wah, wah.
But I probably should go with our Divas expert. He calls them all right.
Put him down for Naomi.
What was it, Fastlane? The pay-per-view before? That was the only thing Little Dynamite got right.
He
was
nailed
the Divas
it.
match. I don't think he's ever gotten a Divas match wrong.
Now, coming up next is the Intercontinental Championship match. WWE's favorite yes man, Daniel Bryan, defends the Intercontinental Championship against five-time champion Bad News Barrett. Can you please do it, Mike?
5 times? I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I don't. I was going to say that I don't think Barrett's going to win, but if Daniel Bryan's hurt, we could get another BNB run.
Yes, put me down for Bad News Barrett. I think Daniel Bryan is on the out list. He's going on vacation with Ziggler and R-Truth.
Wow.
Those guys are going to have a good old time. And The Miz.
I think, assuming that Bryan's not hurt too badly, I think he's going to win the match. So I'm going to go Bryan.
Ooh.
I think both he and Cena elevate those titles, and I think they're going to keep it that way. I think Bad News 5 times. Who wants to see that again?
Yeah.
What do you think, Dynamite?
Brian.
2 for Daniel Bryan and 1 for Bad News.
Is there anybody that could run in and interfere in this match?
Another thing, there is absolutely no extreme stipulation in this match.
No.
What is going on here, people?
There really isn't, is there?
They should have another ladder match.
Ooh, I don't think that. Brian's probably not up for it.
No, but this is Extreme Rules, and he's got the belt.
Do you think they could come up with the last-minute stipulation?
I would hope so. You know, you can't. It's Extreme Rules, is it not?
There's no Kane on the card either. Do you think Kane appears anywhere on here?
Kane is in the main event, buddy. We're getting there.
Kane's in the main event?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
We're getting there.
Forgot about that.
Kane. So we got our picks. You guys are Brian. I'm Bad News. We'll see what happens. Next up, the United States Championship Russian chain match between 15-time world champion John Cena versus
Single-time United States champion Rusev.
Rusev.
He's going to crush.
Rusev should still have the belt here. I don't know what's going on.
Haven't you been enjoying the U.S. title world?
Absolutely
Open?
not.
No?
It's pretty obvious that Cena's going to win each and every week. Pretty boring. You know, no one has... why doesn't Mark Henry step up there for that belt?
Haven't seen him for a while. Is he injured?
I don't know.
Since
Probably
Mania?
on the vacation.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Now this is a Russian chain match, but essentially it's the same rules as just any kind of strap match, right? Where they're chained together, and you have to take your opponent to all 4 corners of the ring to win.
I believe that's how it was described.
Okay.
It doesn't sound very extreme, but
The chain.
the chain is extreme, but how will it be used?
Not
will
as,
they whip each other with the chain?
I bet you it's not as good as Piper Valentine.
Now, this pick's going to be really hard. I want a Rusev victory, but if they want to continue the John Cena Open Challenge, he's got to keep the belt.
Yeah.
So, will Lana be there?
I would think so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Lana.
Put me down for Lana.
Lana. One for Lana. Little Dynamite, who you going, Cena or the Russian Rusev?
Cena.
Ooh. I am also going to go Cena because you don't make up the Champ is Here U.S. title shirts and only sell them for a month. So I'm going Cena.
And have the U.S. Open Challenge every week.
Are you going to go Rusev or are you going Cena?
Lana.
Lana?
I'm going to say some type of interference, something that keeps us going. It's too soon to switch the title,
Okay.
but it's also too soon to beat Rusev again.
I wouldn't think there'd be any kind of DQ in a chain match, but who knows?
Something can go awry.
That'll be the extreme part.
But obviously, if Cena wins, no one's going to be surprised.
No.
So what fun is that?
Yeah.
That's why I said Lana.
All right.
And ladies and gentlemen, the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship will be held in a steel cage. The champ, Seth Rollins, versus the Viper, Randy Orton.
No RKO.
The RKO is banned.
Kane is the gatekeeper.
What? That's right. The stipulation for this steel cage match is the Demon Kane, the corporate Kane. Which one will be there?
Concession.
Wouldn't that be awesome if the big red machine came down there?
That would
Wouldn't that be a surprise?
I'd go for that.
Wouldn't that be extreme?
That would be extreme.
Are you listening, Vince?
Especially if the Undertaker appeared too.
Are you listening, Hunter? Are you listening, Stephanie McMahon?
We haven't seen Stephanie for a while.
You can catch us at Wrestlinks.com. Please follow us on Twitter. Please follow our Facebook. And please check out our YouTube. You can also download our podcast using your iPhone. Go to your podcast and simply look up Wrestlinks Review.
You always leave off our Pinterest page.
We do not have a Pinterest page.
What?
Who you got for the main event?
I am going to go. I'm going to go Seth Rollins, and I think Orton's going to use an RKO and get disqualified.
Good call. I'm going to stick with your pick.
Okay.
It's too soon to drop the titles.
Yeah.
Kane's in there. Something's going to go wrong. The RKO is banned. This feud's going to continue.
Orton is popular right now, though.
Yes, he is. He's kind of bringing back that the Stone Cold theme where Stone Cold would go out and do the stunner on multiple folks. And now we've got the RKO on multiple jobbers.
Yep.
It was pretty cool when he RKO'd the one-man band in catering.
I loved, too, after his fourth RKO of the night, he did the Four Horsemen.
That's right, Four Horsemen.
That's good stuff. Dynamite, who you going? Rollins or Orton?
Rollins.
Ooh, it's a unanimous vote there. All right. I wonder if Kane's got to get involved somehow, right? Do you think Kane leaves this pay-per-view fully back with the Authority, or completely removed from the Authority? Does he do something?
I think something's gonna happen where Rollins will have to feud with Kane.
Yep.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when do you think we see Brock again? SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, that's a long time. I miss me some Brock Lesnar.
We'll get to see him when we're at Monday Night Raw.
Oh, that's true. We're finally going to get
before
to see him.
SummerSlam.
I keep forgetting we're going to that. That's going to be excellent. The go home show before SummerSlam.
All
in
right.
Minneapolis.
So to end this podcast, we've got a special treat. Mike the Hammer has taken upon himself to look up the original Extreme Rules from 2009.
Yeah, we go back to 2009. This is the 7th edition of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view this year. Going back to the original, the card started with a fatal 4-way for the United States title. And listen to these people. Kofi went in as the champ, and he put it on the line versus Matt Hardy, William Regal, and MVP. And Kofi managed to retain the title. So Kofi was the U.S. champ. Now he's here going for the tag title as part of the New Day.
Wow.
They had a no-holds-barred Intercontinental title match. Rey Mysterio came in as the champion, and he put it on the line against Chris Jericho.
Jericho won.
Yep. Tonight should be no holds barred.
Jericho won, and this was the famous match where Jericho removed Mysterio's mask while Mysterio was trying to hit him with the 619.
619 all the time.
In the place...
I think it rhymes.
Yeah. How about we haven't talked about Mysterio and his incident in the wrestling league he's in now, where he was wrestling in 619 the guy, and the guy died.
Unfortunately, yeah, that was a sad situation. No one wants to see that.
No. Do you think we'll ever see Mysterio back in the WWE?
No.
He's done.
Yep.
At least he can still
I
wrestle.
think we'll see him in Lucha Underground, which is getting even hotter.
I still have not checked that out.
We've got to include that in the show.
I have a hard time keeping up just with Raw, so...
Yeah, it's tough.
The next match on the card back in 2009 was the Samoan strap match.
Oh, interesting how they had a similar chain match.
Yeah, and it was CM Punk versus Umaga.
Umaga.
With CM Punk winning the match and beating Umaga.
Nice.
They had the ECW championship match, and it looks like it was a triple threat match because it was Tommy Dreamer, Christian, and the Real American Jack Swagger. And Tommy Dreamer won the match.
Tommy Dreamer won the ECW, huh?
Yeah.
There.
Now the next match is the one that is missing. We need something like this. It was the hog pen match. And on the line was the title of Miss WrestleMania. And the opponents in this match were Vicky Guerrero and Santina Marella, the sister of Santino Marella.
Interesting.
And Santina won the match.
I think I missed this pay-per-view.
Hogpen? You don't remember the Hogpen match for the title of Miss WrestleMania?
I just don't think I would want to see Vicky Guerrero in a hog pen.
I'm assuming it's kind of like her last appearance on Raw, where she was in that kiddie pool.
That pile of poo.
Yeah. Then we get in. There were 3 main events: the WWE Championship in a steel cage, and that was the Viper Randy Orton versus Batista. Batista won the match and won his first title.
Batista.
Then we had a submission match, and you're going to love this, Cena versus The Big Show.
Let me guess. Cena wins.
Yeah, Cena won. Shocking.
Amazing.
Then the final match, the World Heavyweight Championship ladder match.
Nice.
Between Edge and Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
And Jeff Hardy pulled out the victory.
Nice.
But CM Punk dashed down, cashed Money in the Bank, and won the title.
Oh.
So you had
CM Punk back in 2009.
Yeah.
He cashed in the one that he won at
That's
WrestleMania.
right. Interesting.
Okay. So that's how that turned out. He had a double title change that night. Slightly different than the most recent Money in the Bank cash in, where Rollins just joined the already in progress match.
That's right. Well, let's hope we see those type of surprises and more on Extreme Rules. What's next month?
I don't know offhand. I'm having mic problems, so I can't even look it up.
I think next month is WWE Payback. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the Wrestlinks review. We'll be back in 30 days. Check us out at Wrestlinks.com.
I think we need another Samoan strap match.
Good night.